And welcome back to American Blandstand. And now it's that favorite part of the show where we're going to play Rate That Record. Here's the part where I'm going to spin a couple of discs and we're going to figure out whether it's going to be a hit or a miss. Okay, now first of all, I'm going to need a couple of volunteers from the audience. Can I have a show of hands, please? Oh, come on now. There must be a couple of kids out there who want to play Rate That Record. Let's go. Hey, I tell you what, I'll give you a quarter. 50 cents. What in the name of my good personal friends Mick and the Stones is going on?
Brock, are you all right?
I am undamaged, Captain.
Whoa, you guys from the coast or what?
Phases on stun.
Hey, come on, hold on a second now. Who are you guys?
Any signs of intelligent life?
Negative.
Then where are we?
Hey, you're here with America's coolest teens on Bandstand.
Isn't the planet Clacton?
Clacton? No, baby. You are right here on the good old Earth, US of A.
Captain, it would appear that we overshot Clacton. A time warp has taken us to your Earth, but the Earth of the 20th century.
I told you not to take exit 44, but no, you had to take a left at Andromeda.
Captain, by doing that, we avoided 89,000 gold hectoids in tolls.
I'm well aware of that, Sprock, but now look where you've got us. Captain's log, stardate 3092.7. We're on the planet Earth, but at an earlier time. It appears in this era that human beings are much older than they try to look.
What? Wow, say, these guys are fast.
Let's try and speak his language, Sprock. Say, het-cat.
Hectoid.
No, het-cat.
Hepcat.
Quite a groovy pad you've got here. You dig?
Hey, for sure, I dig. Now, maybe you guys would like to join us for a game of Rate That Record.
Captain, it would be interesting to see some of the society's primitive rituals. I say we proceed.
Very well. Right on, Daddy-O.
Daddy, oh, fantastic. But first, we're going to need one more volunteer from the audience. Can I have a show of hands, please? You there, the lovely young lady. Come on up on the stage. Come on. Hi there, and you are?
Josie, South Philadelphia.
Hey there, Josie from South Philadelphia. Are you ready to play Rate That Record?
Oh, give me the 50 cents first.
The 50 cents. Yes, okay.
Okay, now I'm ready. Who are these guys?
Captain Jamie Lee Kurt and Science Officer Sprock from the Starship Interface.
Oh, I heard you guys at the club stand. You're the drummer. I remember those ears.
Moonlighting Sprock?
Highly unlikely.
Okay, let's go over those rules now. We have playing today Josie, Sprock, and Captain Kurt. Now, I'm going to spin a disc, and you guys are going to give it a rating from 0 to 100. 100 being the highest, 0 being the worst. Now, the first one is a new release from the Metrones.
The Metrones? Why, they're allies of the Clanctons and a threat to the security of the Federation.
Whoa, I don't think we're talking about the same guys. These guys are from Cleveland.
That's them.
Okay, fine. Now, it's a song called Zoo Rumble. Hit it, Metrones. What score do you give it?
Oh, like it's really great to dance to, but I didn't care for the lyrics very much. I gave it a 50.
50, okay. We'll give that one a 50. And now, Mr. Sprock.
I was impressed by the harmonic interpolation of the frequencies. I deem it a 71.8.
Whole numbers only, please.
As you wish, I'll round it up to 72.
72. All right, Captain Cook.
I found it groovy, but not groovy enough. I gave it a 64.
64 it is, Captain. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add up these scores and I'm going to give you an average score.
Average?
That's right. We add your score and Mr. Sprock's and Josie's and we divide by 3 and that gives us an average score. So we have 50, 72, 64, and that gives us a total of 186. Divide by 3. Oh, for an average score of 62. Oh, not very good, I'm afraid.
Fascinating, and of what value is this average?
Well, you see, the music people use it to judge the popularity of their songs.
Highly logical, Daddy O.
Yeah, right you are, Mommy O. Okay, let's play one more time now. The next one is a far-out piece of wax from the Hard Hats called High Steel. Hit it! Josie from South Philly.
Commercial, totally. It's got a really great beat. Now, I wouldn't go out and buy it, you know, but I definitely would borrow it from my friends, and I would give it an 80.
Fantastic, an 80. All right, here we go. Josie gives it an 80. And now, Mr. Sprock.
Yes, while somewhat limited in its vocabulary, I found the transposition of very technological modalities strangely exhilarating. I give it a 98.
Whoa, what a high-tech vocabulary. A 98. All right, Captain Kurt.
Sprock, have you gone crazy? I wouldn't give a Silurian a plug nickel for that lousy song. I give it a 20, and that's all I'm willing to give.
Whoa, some very strong feelings there. Okay, 20 it is. Now all the votes are in, and I'm going to add up these scores. 80 plus 98 plus 20 for a total of 198. Now, divide. Oh! That gives us an average of 99.
That's illogical. The average score cannot be larger than any of our scores.
Well, right you are, Sprock. What do you got, computer chips in those ears? You see, I divided by 2 and I should have divided by 3. I guess I blew it. I mean, after all, there are 3 of you. So, the correct average should be 66, and that's high enough to make High Steel this week's hit.
Wow. So, like, what do we win?
Well, you're lucky enough to win a year's supply of Oxnard gum, the high-spirited flavored gum with the refreshing taste of parsnip.
Oh, gross. Gag me with a flosser.
I am relatively content we lost.
Beam us up, McTavish.
Whoa, incredible. Well, say there, Josie, you're this week's winner. Would you be interested at all in coming back for next week's show?
Oh, wow. I don't know. Like, half of me wants to stay here in South Philly and half of me wants to go with them.
That can be arranged.
Whoa, split personality. Hey, wanna dance? Baby, all right. Well, go, baby, go.
These just in. An average score can never, repeat, never be higher than the highest score. Film at 11.
Hear ye, look alive, order in the federal court of jive. Here's the cat's gonna settle your grudge. Everybody rise for the Rappin Judge.
I don't dig lying, and I don't dig bunk, and I don't dig none of this counterfeit junk. But tell it to me straight, and bet to make it rhyme. Tell me who's the plaintiff and what's the crime.
I'm sure, Your Honor, the court will find that this young lady has robbed me blind. I named your pie like I always took it, but now it's gone and I know who took it.
What kind of pie?
Why, apple nap.
And where'd you try to keep it before the snatch?
I set it on the windowsill, and if she hadn't touched it, it'd be there still. Now, wait a sec.
Now, tut, you'll get your chance to say, what's what? There's just one little matter left. About what time did you notice the theft?
The pie was stolen at 2 o'clock.
The pie was stolen at 2 o'clock.
Are you sure that's the true o'clock?
Yes, it had to be stolen at 2 o'clock.
Now, you heard the lady plea about how her pie is a history. Now it's your chance to call the team. Tell me, what were you doing that afternoon?
Well, I left my home at 1 o'clock to ride my skateboard around the block. Did a little of this and a little of that, and I didn't get home till 3 o'clock flat.
Did anybody see you?
Don't think so, why?
Kid, you could use an alibi.
So my dad got home you see, but nobody saw me again till 3.
From 1 to 3, this birdie flew, and the crust is just along about 2.
One more question, I'll make it brief, cause math might have a finger to see. How far is this kid's habitat from the place where Granny hangs her hat?
The plaintiff lives up by the bay, and the girl lives about 4 miles away.
I say what? What? 4 miles? What? 4 miles?
Give or take a bit.
Word, that's the end of it. This child is innocent. Of this I'm confident. She did not do the deed. The clue is the rate of speed. Someone on a skateboard has the power to cruise at just about 3 miles an hour. That means 60 minutes or so. 3 little old miles is all she can do.
But the lady lives 4 miles away.
Yo, homeboy, I hear what you say. Around 8 miles, there's just no way.
Yo, we're hip and that is that. Because the math is here to help us solve the fact.
A cow on a skateboard has the time to steal a pie and feel the crime. So let's all split if you get my gist, and if you don't, then case dismissed.
That's not called prestidigitation. That's illusion. Prestidigitation is sleight of hand. I have something that's neither one, though. This is mathematics. This has to do with a couple of coins. We have a dime and a penny. Now, Louisa, I want you to pick up those 2 coins. Don't let me see which coin is in which hand.
Okay.
Now, I want you now to watch very carefully, because you're going to do this in just a second. Are you
Whatever
watching?
he says, Louisa.
Okay. Now, I want you now to do a little mathematics for me. I want you to multiply the coin, the value of the coin, in your right hand by either 4, 6, or 8.
Okay, got it.
Have you? Okay. Now I want you to multiply the value of the coin in your left hand by 3 or 5 or 7.
Okay, I did it.
Is that? You have the 2 answers?
Yes.
Now add the 2 answers together.
All right.
Have you done that?
Yes.
What is the answer?
43.
43. That
Whoa.
means then that the penny is in your left hand and the dime is in your right hand. You see that?
How did you do that?
I'll explain. If the answer is even, it means that the penny is in your right hand. If the answer is odd, it means the penny is in your left hand. And therefore the dime has to be in the other hand.
Because 1 is an odd number?
He's right.
Of course. Now, let me show you this. I'm going to do this a little easier. I'm not going to work with this. I'm going to give you these 2 coins. And you do the same sort of thing. Pick them up so that it's a nickel and a penny, okay? Now, don't let me see. I saw the way you picked them up just then. So
you didn't?
Yes, I did. I was watching. You didn't give me
I
a
didn't
chance.
even see it.
Okay, now shake them up so that I don't know which order is which, okay?
Okay, now you don't know.
All right, fine. Now, I want you to multiply the value of the coin in this hand by 17.
Okay.
You got it?
Uh-huh.
The nickel is in that hand. You know, is it right? It
is right.
You see, if you'd have said yes right away, then I'd have known it was the penny. But 17 times 5 is a little tough. Now, that's not
But I did it.
mathematics.
That's
That's psychology.
You are one sneaky man, you Blackstonian.
Mr. Blackstone, what? Can you do something about the magic shoe?
One of the most interesting numbers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting is the number 9. You think I'm kidding? Look what it can do.
Thank y'all. Thank you. Well, I'd like to welcome you here to Tillis tonight, and we hope you're having a real good time. For our next little thing we're going to do for you, it's a little number that was a real big hit for us. It's called 9, and well, we hope you like it. 5, 6, 7, 8. 999, fantastic number 9. It's perfectly consistent. It works out every time. 999, that crazy number 9. Times any number you can find, it all comes back to 9. 2 times 9 is 18. 8 and 1 is 9. 3 times 9 is 27. 7 and 2 is 9. 4 times 9 is 36. 6 and 3 is 9. 5 times 9 is 45. 5 and 4 is 9. 6 times 9 is 54. 5 and 4 is 9. 7 times 9 is 63. 6 and 3 is 9. 8 times 9 is 72. 7 and 2 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. 8 and 1 is 9. 999. Fantastic number 9. It's perfectly consistent. It works out every time. 999. That crazy number 9. Times any number you can find, it all comes back to 9. 9 times 10 is 90. Just drop the zero sign. 9 times 11 is 99. Makes me rhyme with another line. Then 99 is 18. And 81 is 9. Times any number you can find, it all comes back to 9.
Does this work with bigger numbers too?
Yep.
Let's try this. 3,487.
9 times 3,487 is 31,383. 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 8 plus 3 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. It always works. 999. Fantastic number 9. It's perfectly consistent and it works out every time. 999. That crazy number 9. Times any number you can find, it all comes back to 9. It all comes back to 9. It all comes back to 9.
Warning. When trying to solve a problem, it's a good idea to understand what kind of solution you're looking for. Otherwise, how will you know when you've found it?
How could we be there yet? We just left.
And when are we gonna get there?
Oh, you have the map. Why don't we figure it out?
Oh.
Oh, come on. It's not that hard. An inch represents 25 miles on that map. Then we started here, and Mom and Dad are going to meet us there.
About 6 inches. We should be there pretty soon.
No, 6 inches represents 150 miles on that map.
150 miles? I'll be old by the time we get there.
Don't freak out. Just figure it out. We're averaging 50 miles per hour.
Dad drives faster than that.
Not since he got that speeding ticket. So how long did it take to go 150 miles at 50 miles per hour?
2.
2?
Too long.
How many 50s in 150?
50, 50, and 50. That's 150. And that's 3. It'll take us 3 hours to get there.
Right.
3 hours to go these 6 inches?
You got it.
Are we there yet?
Your map. When you want to know where you're going.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
4:43 p.m. and in Los Angeles it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. I was working the day watch out of Mathnet. My partner is George Franklin, the boss is Thad Green. My name is Monday, I'm a mathematician. We were working on the problem of the absent ape. We decided to look at a scene from yesterday's show to refresh our memories. A series of robberies had been committed by, of all things, a man in a monkey suit. Or so we thought, until...
And where did the man in the monkey suit strike this time?
That wasn't a robbery.
Oh?
It was the zoo.
The zoo?
Where they keep the animals?
Uh-huh.
Grunt is missing.
Who?
The zoo's prize gorilla, Grunt, is missing from his cage.
Now that we knew it was a gorilla and not a monkey, George and I drove to the park and spoke with Buck Clyde, curator of the world-famous L.A. Zoo.
Well, the last anybody saw of him was at his 10 o'clock feeding this morning. Then, about an hour ago, I came by and found his cage with the door open, and Grunt was gone.
Could you tell us what Grunt eats, Mr. Clyde?
Absolutely. This is Grunt's feeding chart. 60% fruits and vegetables, 30% grains, 10% dairy products.
Was the lock on the cage door broken?
No, it wasn't.
Grunt doesn't have a key, does he?
Of course not. Besides, it was a combination lock. It was just unlocked, and he was gone.
Has he ever pulled this stunt before?
No. Grunt's very docile, just likes to be left alone.
Do you have any idea where he would go once he was free?
Not really.
Does he have any relatives around here? You know, maybe at other zoos or in the valley?
Grunt's only real friend is a little girl.
Could you tell us her name?
Jane Rice Burroughs. She comes here and helps out after school. She and Grunt liked each other. Sometimes I think they almost understood each other.
We'd like to talk to her.
Now, please let me talk to her first. I'll have to explain what happened. She'll be devastated.
I plotted the locations on this map, Mathnetters. This is where the first robbery took place.
Where was the second?
The second is here, and the third is here.
What's this point toward the top, Debbie?
That's the zoo. Now, on this map, the scale says 1 inch represents 2 miles. The first robbery took place 3 inches away from the zoo.
3 inches represents 6 miles.
Right. Could a gorilla have traveled that far?
Let's assume he left the zoo at 10 o'clock.
The first robbery call came in at 3.
That's 5 hours. Buck Clyde said a gorilla could travel at 10 to 12 miles per hour, but he couldn't do that for very long.
Theoretically, Grunt could have gone a maximum of
50 or 60 miles in that amount of time. But he couldn't have run full speed for 5 or 6 hours.
But he could have gone to 6 miles, even if he didn't catch every light.
Now let's figure out where he might be. It's been an hour and a half since the last robbery, which was here.
Let's try the worst case. If Grunt was still capable of traveling a maximum of 12 miles an hour...
In an hour and a half, Grunt could have gone another 18 miles.
1 inch represents 2 miles on this map. So I'll set my compass at a 9-inch radius. Put the point of the compass at the site of the last robbery. Grunt could be anywhere within this circle.
Debbie, put out an APB on that area. Get every police car you can on the lookout for Grunt.
I'll check the area for stores that carry fresh produce.
Good idea, and I'll answer the phone. Monday. Wonderful. Send her in.
Got someone?
Jane Rice Burroughs. The little girl from the zoo is here. Let's talk to her.
I'll check on those markets for you, George.
Thanks, Debbie.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Jane. I'm Kate Monday. This is my partner, George Franklin.
Hello, Jane Rice Burroughs. Please sit down.
Thank you.
Where do you live?
In the valley?
Whereabouts?
Tarzana. I thought maybe I could help you find my friend.
Grunt is really your friend?
He sure is.
By the way, how did Grunt get his name?
Well, I don't know. One day I asked him what his name was, and he just said...
We can use your help, Jane. We've got to capture him before he gets into any more trouble.
He didn't do those things they're saying about him, Miss Monday. Grunt wasn't like that.
We know how you feel about your friend, Jane, but I'm afraid he did rob those stores.
But he just couldn't. Grunt is very shy. It took him almost a year before he could even look at me. He'd hide from people.
Doesn't sound like the act of a shy gorilla to break out of his cage.
But he didn't break out. This lock was opened.
So he worked out the combination.
Mr. Franklin, gorillas' hands don't work like ours. They can't get their thumbs and their index fingers to touch. He couldn't turn the dial on a combination lock.
He could have pressed his palm against it, but there are 36 numbers on the lock.
And he needs to turn it to the 3 correct numbers to open it.
Aren't there a lot of combinations?
Let's figure it out. There are 36 numbers, and he turns it to the left to begin.
Then he has to turn the knob back to the right past the first number, and he has 36 choices again.
So we multiply 36 times 36.
1,296, Kate, but he has to turn it around again to get to the third number. So that's another 36 choices.
So we multiply again.
1,296 times 36 equals 46,656.
46,656 combinations.
It's very unlikely Grunt could have found the correct combination by accident.
But it is possible.
I think somebody gorilla napped him. That's what I think.
All right, Jane, but assume for the moment that he did do those robberies. We're trying to figure out where he is now so that we can catch him before he hurts someone.
Or he gets hurt.
Right. See this map?
Uh-huh.
We figure he's somewhere in this circle.
How'd you figure that out?
Gorillas can go about 12 miles an hour. He left this spot an hour and a half ago.
An hour and a half times 12 miles an hour is 18 miles.
But Grunt's an old gorilla. He's out of shape.
Did he smoke?
No, but he couldn't run 12 miles an hour, not for more than a few minutes anyway. That's a mile every 5 minutes. Excuse me. If he was there, and I just know he wasn't, but if he was, I say he couldn't be more than about 4 miles from here. 1 inch represents 2 miles. I set the compass at 2 inches. I say he's got to be right in there somewhere, which he isn't. I've got proof.
Why are you so sure?
This.
What's that, a doll?
Uh-huh, it's the Fay Ray doll, and I gave it to Grunt. He takes it with him everywhere. It was still in his cage when I went to the zoo after school.
I know how he feels. Boy, I had a Winnie the Pooh bear when I was a kid, and I hated to part with it. Actually, it's still around somewhere. Martha hid it.
I used to tell Grunt bedtime stories and feed him pizza.
Grunt likes pizza?
Uh-huh, he loves it.
Jane, just how tall was Grunt?
He's about 1.8 meters.
A meter is a little more than a yard. 1.8 meters is about 2 yards, or 6 feet.
That fits the description. How much did he weigh?
180 kilograms, more or less.
A kilogram is about 2.2 pounds.
So we multiply 180 times 2.2 and we get 396 pounds.
So he's about as tall as I am, but he weighs more than twice as much. And we both like pizza.
Pizza was just a treat. Gorillas are vegetarians and they eat a lot.
Does he like bananas?
Uh-huh, loves them.
That's what was missing from the first robbery.
Oh.
Does he like spinach and tomatoes and carrots?
Uh-huh. Why? Is that what was missing from the second robbery?
Uh-huh.
Jane, I'm afraid it was your friend Grunt. Maybe he just got so excited when he got out of his cage that he just changed.
Yeah, he went bananas.
Mathnet Monday. Who? I see. What is your location, sir? Thank you, sir. We'll be right out. Excuse me.
What's that?
The location of the latest robbery.
Was it?
Uh-huh. He just knocked over Balboa's Pizzeria.
What did he get?
All the money and 3 large pies to go.
Remember, once you place a digit on your board, you can't move it.
Of course, I've heard of it before.
I'm not surprised.
The famous yucca puck, said to be worth its weight in gold.
Besides, the stride of a gorilla is about 30 inches. These look more like a man made them.
100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop.